Wi-Fi weenie. I know some of you like that, some of you don't, but hey, it makes me fucking laugh. What I want to do is get into this right now. Michael Lombardi attacked Antonio Pierce months ago, a couple months back. I had made a video about it, but somewhere, somehow it got lost on my channel. I can't find it. Nobody else can find it. They've been telling me, a couple people asked me why didn't I do a reaction to this, so I'm gonna give you my reaction to when he did this a couple months ago. Yes, I know it's old, but no one's done it like Raiders Rawport. Keep that a buck. So with that being said, we're gonna get right into this shit right away. Let's see what this puto was talking about when he was flapping his chops at AP and the Raiders.
And over there, Pierce talks about the Raider way. See, the Raider way isn't a word. It isn't about, it's about, this is the prototype of the player we want at this position. That's the Raider way. It's not about playing tough. See, this is what's just so comical. And he's talking about, because he's from Compton, he thinks he knows the Raider way. It's a joke.
Coach Antonio Pierce was on the rush with Max Crosby this past week, and while he did give the Chiefs their props for winning another Super Bowl, he also said Vegas is motivated to run it back against the Chiefs.
Who's last time to beat the Chiefs?
You putos can talk all the shit you want, but last season, the Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles Raiders were the last team to beat the Chiefs, and we did it with our quarterback not even throwing for 70 yards. Oh, you guys barely beat them. We stomped them out in terms of just running. They couldn't stop the run, and they could not score on us when they needed to. That is how you beat the fucking Chiefs, and if you see, no one else was able to replicate that. No one else was able to duplicate that. So you gotta give that to us, bottom fucking line.
These dudes, you know what I mean? Like, they did that.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's cool. Like I told them, like, we're running back. We'll see them again. They got to see us. We got to see them.
Yeah.
And we already given the recipe of how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be kidding me. They completed one pass after the first quarter. It wasn't until the last drive of the game that they were able to run the ball. I mean, Antonio Pierce is becoming a showman. I like strategists. I like tacticians. You're going to get your butt beat. Like, seriously, why would you stir up the Chiefs? Like, they're laughing. They're laughing at them. I think, to me, there's got to be more substance to this than just rah-rah. We're not in high school.
Exactly.
He's insulting our intelligence with this stuff. Be a head coach. Be a strategist. Keep your mouth shut. Don't put the gauntlet out. I mean, it's just becoming pizza.
I want to get your quick thoughts on Antonio Pierce, Raiders head coach. They're going to go ahead and treat Patrick Mahomes like the Detroit bad boy.
This guy's driving me crazy. This guy.
I can see the hate in your eyes. Hate in your eyes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at the hate in this puto's eyes. You're mad, homie, because they canned your son. They canned Josh McDukey. You're mad because Al Davis fired your ass after you fleeced him in trading Randy Moss to the Patriots for some bullshit picks. You lied to Al Davis and told him Randy Moss was done. And who did you trade him to? To your fucking homies over there in New England. If you didn't know, this guy is a Robert Kraft, Patriot Way dick rider. Straight up. This guy rides their nutsacks. He's a Tom Brady nut rider. He's a Josh McDukey dick rider. He's a Patriot Way dick rider and always been. And this guy did us dirty when he did that and went to Al Davis and told him Randy Moss was done. He had no more speed. He was slow, blah, blah, blah. Al Davis trusted him. After he traded him and Al Davis seen what he did over there in New England, he fired Lombardi. Because of that. You can call it what you want, bro, but we'll call it what it is. Fuck you, you're a puto, you're a hater, and you could never be a Raider, my boy. I don't care if you work for the Raiders. We do not accept trash, playboy, and you ain't got no kind of huevos. If you ain't got no huevos, homie, you cannot represent the nation. Let's get back into this because I'm going to keep roasting this motherfucker. Let's go. Raiders Rawport. Let's keep smashing.
This guy's driving me crazy. This guy. Can he just shut up? Why won't somebody in the Raiders tell him to shut up? Like, just shut up. Like, you're not P.T. Barnum. Stop promoting. Like, get back to work. I mean, like, what are you doing? Your job is to be a strategist. Your job isn't to be a promoter. I mean, like, they lost 31-17 in week 12 of the season to the Chiefs. Did he forget that game?
Oh my God, this guy's driving me crazy. Oh my God. Look, Michael Lombardi, chump, puto. Whatever you want to call yourself, homie. You've been fired from everywhere you've ever worked. Hired and fired, okay? Number one, you've never played in the league. You've never coached in the league. I don't even know how you even ever got a job in the league. Antonio Pierce is proven himself on the field as an undrafted player. He made his way onto the Redskins roster after being signed. The rest is history. The dude played very good. The years that he played in the league, he was a tough player, respectable player. He was a hard-working player, and he was a leader, okay? A leader, homie. That's something you don't know nothing about. I don't think you know what it is to be from Compton, to be from the streets, to be living that at that time in the early 90s when you had to put the Raider gear on, when NWA was out, right? And they had the Raider gear on. You could not wear Raider gear in the streets and not expect funk. You had to be somebody to wear that and wear it proudly. I got suspended from school for wearing that because it was classified as gang attire. The Raiders' shield was classified as gang attire. That was the first thing that was classified, the first sports team. Then came the Hoyas, then came everything else after that, right? Keep it a buck, bro. So my thing is, you're saying Antonio Pierce does not know the Raider way. Motherfucker, this guy is the Raider way. This guy epitomizes what it is to be the Raider way. He was a Raider before he ever came into the league. Did he ever get to play for the Raiders? No, he always wanted to, but he never got a chance to. But he's always been a Raider. It's in his blood. And when he sits up there and speaks to players in the media, everybody listens because this man commands respect. He doesn't demand it, he commands it. When he walks into a room, everybody knows who he is. They know what he's about. They know what he's come from. They know where he is, and they know what he's here to do. He's here to take the organization back to the greatness that was once the mystique of the Raiders. The commitment to excellence lives in Antonio Pierce. It lives in Tom Telesco, and it lives in the players that are on this roster. It's been said by many people, when you go into that building, the energy, the work ethic of the players, the guys like Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, and others that are leading that team. The coaches that are leading that team. Mark Davis. Mark Davis is a chip off the old block. No, is he like his dad when it comes to having the football knowledge? No, but he's smart in terms of, you know what? I'm gonna get guys in here that know what they're doing, and I'm finally gonna listen to my players. Thank God he did that. But you gotta understand one thing, Michael Lombardi. You talk tough. You're talking about that people need to tell Antonio Pierce to shut up and he's making you sick and just be a coach and just do that. Who the fuck are you to tell anybody to do anything on that football field, whether it be coaching or playing? Who are you, bro? Your son was garbage as a quarterback's coach. You're mad. You're holding a grudge because they canned his ass in Josh McDukey and got rid of all those weenie washers. They can all go back to New England and wash weenies with the rest of those putos. We don't fuck with that. We don't do that here. This is the Raider Nation. This is a real point of view from the Raider Nation, motherfucker. Commitment to excellence. What happened to that? Don't be mad because Antonio Pierce exudes the commitment to excellence. I feel, and this is just conspiracy here, but I feel that Antonio Pierce's body has been possessed by the spirit of Al Davis. Because when I see Antonio Pierce and I hear him talk and the fire he's got, it's Al Davis all over again. How could you be a Raider and look at Antonio Pierce and think otherwise? How can you say otherwise? This man is our leader. This man is our coach. This man is going to take us to where we should have been years ago. Years ago. You got to keep the continuity. I believe in what they are doing. I believe in what the Raider front office, coaches, and players are doing, and I believe in their plan. This is just what it is. See, the Raider mystique is not only on the field, it's from the streets, from that time in the early 90s when NWA was out. I was in those streets as a kid. Me and my brothers were barely getting introduced to that. We wore Raider stuff. We always had Raiders shit on, especially me first. I had my Raiders bomber jacket. I used to get into this shit all the time. People trying to take my jacket, people talking shit about the Raiders, or people just looking at me like I was crazy because I was sporting it. Because you didn't see everyone sporting Raiders shit back then. It wasn't like it is now. Now, it's popular to wear your team stuff. But back then, we didn't wear it necessarily fully representing the team. We were representing a whole overall brand of the team, the streets, the lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Being a Raider is a lifestyle. That's something Micheal Lombardi does not even understand. Just keep it a buck. It's what it is. He doesn't even understand, and he never will. And here's the thing. All this hate is just spewing because he doesn't have a job, his son don't got a job, and he cannot sit back and watch the Raiders plummet anymore. Josh McDaniels and Ziegler, all they did was come in and set us back about 3 fucking years. They fucked us up. It started with John Gruden, the scandal. I believe the NFL was behind all that. We won't get into that. We're not gonna talk about that. But what we are going to talk about is what the fuck is real. And what's real is the hate that this guy got for Antonio Pierce and the Raiders. But let me tell you something, my boy. Let me tell you something, homeboy. You can't ever say anything about Antonio Pierce. You don't have any merit. You don't have a leg to stand on. You don't have his credentials. You don't have his accolades. You ain't done what he's done, but you want to sit there and run your fucking mouth. And that's the problem with the generation from today. That's the problem with today's society. A lot of motherfuckers do that. Talk trash on a motherfucker that will knock their lights out. Because if Antonio Pierce was a piece of shit in terms of not giving a fuck, he would whoop your ass, bro. But everybody and their mama knows if it came down to it, he could. So Antonio Pierce is not even gonna entertain you. Not even gonna entertain you sucker motherfuckers. Straight up. And if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. But this is the Raiders Raw Report. Antonio Pierce epitomizes what it is to be the Raider way. This ain't the fucking Patriot way, motherfucker. It's the Raider way. It's Al Davis. It's the mystique of the Raiders. It's the commitment to excellence. We are the Raider Nation. And we are moving forward. And we are coming for that motherfucking title sooner or later. Like Al Davis said, the greatness of the Raiders is in its future. And I fully believe that. This has been the Raiders Raw Report with Micheal Benz. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments down in the comments section. Let me know how you feel about it. And like we always do it on the Raiders Raw Report, we out this biatch.